Well, good
We're
morning.
live.
We're here at the KUSTOM Wales, the KUSTOM Cafe. We'll introduce you Ola Stenegard, the design director of Indian Motorcycle Worldwide. Good morning.
Hola, hola.
Hola, hola. Good
There you
morning.
go.
Just tell us about your history, about your
Oh,
background.
well, first of all, it's really good to be here again.
Thank you, man.
Second year.
Oh, thank you,
It's a
man.
great
It's
show.
a pleasure for us.
Always. You're always putting on such a great show. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you
Thank
for
you. You're
inviting
welcome, man.
us. Yeah. And yeah, what can I say? Yeah, I'm the design director for Indian Motorcycle, but not everyone knows that I grew up with choppers and custom bikes back in Sweden. That's what I actually started working on and what
You
got me
you
into
have
all
you have a
this.
long story, the motorcycle industry.
Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never did anything else. So a bit like you, just lucky that we have this industry. Otherwise, I don't know. We would probably be on the street.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No, but what got me into this? So I grew up on a little farm in Gotland, Sweden, as
Hmm.
island outside of Sweden. And my brothers, they're much older than me. They were into motorcycles. And every farm, you have a really good garage, a lot of tools, welders,
A lot of time.
a
On
lot
the
of
winter.
time. As a little kid, I had a
Uh,
lot of time, and they were into choppers. That was the cool bikes, Easy Rider.
uh-huh.
So every bicycle, every moped, I tried to make it look like Peter Fonda or Dennis Hopper's bikes from Easy
Uh-huh.
Rider. That's how I started.
It's good, man. But you work for a different brands in the motorcycle industry.
Yeah,
People know you when you work on BMW, the
yeah,
BMW
yeah.
R90, so was a
R90
famous
was a
bike
big,
of the past years.
yeah,
We are talking about your working in Indian motorcycle.
yeah,
You are the design of a few bikes. One is the Indian Chief, the new model.
yeah.
But you talk about the project bike.
Yeah, first, just to connect the both, because it was a long story before I became a designer. But I always loved to draw and work on motorcycles, build
Uh-huh.
motorcycles, but it took a long time till I connected it. Uh, but eventually, I realized if I draw things before I start to weld and grind, and it was much easier to make it look good.
Uh-huh.
And from that moment, I had heard about guys like Chip Foose and Tom
Oh no,
Taylor,
Chief was.
designers, and I realized that there's actually a job out there um, where you can make a living out of this
Why not? No.
if you're lucky.
Okay.
So from that point, I worked really, really hard to get into a design school. Eventually, I did,
Mhm.
and after all my studies, I ended up in the car industry. I actually started with
Uh-huh.
Saab.
Okay.
I'm not a car guy, but I worked for a couple of years in the car industry, and then my first job was in the motorcycles
Oh yeah.
when they restarted. Do you remember in
Yeah.
Gilroy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was
So you
there.
so we then starts a
Yeah,
few years back, no?
yeah, 2001.
Oh, almost 20
Uh,
years.
yeah, there
More
was,
than no,
but
more than 20 years. For
well,
24, yeah.
that was only 2 years with in Gilroy because then they sold it, and but I went to BMW right after that. So
Uh-huh.
that's how I ended up at BMW.
Mm-hmm.
And BMW was that was a crazy trip because they were in a big wave of product expansion. They really wanted to grow. They wanted to more than double their sales, and I just happened to be sliding in at that time into the design team,
Uh-huh.
which when you're a pretty young designer, it's a dream. There was so many bikes to do, so much work, and so just during the time at BMW, I was as a designer myself. I was in charge of principal designer of I think 4, 5, 6 bikes, and then I became a manager.
Oh wow. So it's a big step on your career.
It was a huge, and I never ever could dream about.
Yeah.
No,
When you
it
start to
was
drive, when you start to drive out the school, no?
yeah,
You never imagine you got,
no. I never thought I was going to be a motorcycle designer. To be
uh-huh.
honest, you
Because
have
you
your
like
dream,
choppers,
but
it's uh-huh.
no. But at 2009, they decided that this crazy Swede could maybe
They
manage
come
the
back again.
studio. So and from that on, I think I signed off over 35 production programs
Wow.
at BMW,
Wow.
and
It's long. Actually, it's large,
15 years.
Fall.
So 90 was one of them, but also S1000RR and the GSs. And
Mm-hmm.
it was a fantastic time, and I really enjoyed it. But then I wanted to come back to my roots,
Oh yeah.
back to American
Yeah, because
bikes.
not a lot of people knows that the Indian have a good relation with the Swedish
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
long
yeah, yeah.
story. Even I think that one of the founders of India
Yes,
motorcycle was a Swedish guy.
Oscar Hedström.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, one of the two founders, and he was the engineer.
Okay.
He was a brilliant engineer, really really clever guy, and his family moved to Brooklyn, and he was a bicycle racer,
Uh-huh.
and so was Hendi. So they actually met on the bicycle, on the velodromes.
Oh yeah.
On bicycle. And Oscar Hedström, his kind of claim to fame was because back then the kind of the dark magic of the motors, early motors, was the carburetor. You could make the piston and combustion, they could figure it, but the carburetor
It's
was
the
a
key.
bit of a black magic.
Oh yeah, it's the key.
And he figured it out. Because in bicycle racing, they had these pace bikes that was running before the bicycle to kind of cut through the air and make the bicycle run faster.
Uh-huh.
And he basically, yeah, more or less invented one of these pace bikes that actually ran really well and was really fast and made the bicycles go faster. So now basically the public started seeing, it's like, oh, these motorcycles,
Yeah, uh-huh.
they're actually quite fast. You can use them for something else than just pacing
More than
bicycles.
that on the race, yeah.
And that's how Hendi and Hedström met.
Uh-huh.
And they started. They decided to form Indian Motorcycle in 1901.
That's good. And this
So
was
for us Swedes, of course,
of,
it's
of
a
course,
big thing.
And
Yeah, we
that's-
have IKEA, and no, forget it.
Yeah, yeah. And,
Oscar Hedström is our guy.
But not a lot of people know about the story of
No.
Indian motorcycle. It's a big brand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Next year if it's a 125th anniversary of the
125th.
brand.
Yeah.
Do you have any special project for that year? You have
Oh.
any idea? Okay, secret. Okay.
All secret. I could tell you, but I would have to kill you. And
Okay.
I like you too much. I don't want to
Okay.
do that.
Then
We're gonna have a lot of really exciting stuff.
okay.
It's gonna be
Yes.
a big year for
Yes.
us.
oh, wait.
We're gonna have celebration parties. We also bring in a couple of very very exciting
Okay.
motorcycles.
Can't wait to see. Okay. Okay. What are of the projects of your long career are you more proud of it?
Oh wow! Every project has such a special place in your life, but I think, and you know this as well. Every bike represents so much more than just a bike and a project,
Mhm.
and for you, because all the people you meet along the road, and you're never, like when you work in the industry on production bikes, you're never alone. A lot of times you get credit for something, and it's I almost feel a bit uncomfortable because you're always a big team behind, and I'm just one guy in that big team, and I have a fantastic team that I manage, and they're doing the hard work. uh,
It's
But
not too bad.
that's-
It's not too bad,
no, but that's for me the amazing thing, like the people that you work with, but also all the people you meet once you launch the bike. And when you think about it, some people save for years to be able to buy this motorcycle.
Yeah,
And that's something, I take it really serious.
really serious, of course.
it's a
And
big
they
thing.
have to be. It's
I
not
was
design.
there.
They have to be
Yeah.
safe and everything.
Yeah, but you
bikes.
also spend a lot of money on this, and you save, and it becomes your whole life. And it's like for you and for me, it's our life.
Yeah, it's what I yeah.
And it's fucking serious.
I know. I get
And I
you.
love what I'm doing, but that's as rewarding as actually working on the bikes, because every bike has a certain story, and they have a certain place in your heart. It's
Uh-huh.
very hard to pick one bike.
Oh, okay.
I think the Chief was special
It's a bit of a bike, man.
because this is the bike. When I worked in Gilroy in 2001, we wanted to create a new Chief, and I sketched on that bike. But then the company got into financial trouble and eventually got sold. I went to Saab.
Mhm.
So that sketch, that that bike never got done.
Uh-huh.
20 years later, I
You-
started in 2018. I started Indian here.
You finish the bike.
Yeah, and then my first project to lead as a head of design was we're gonna recreate the Chief, and in 2021 we launched.
Yeah. 20 years later.
Exactly,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
So that was a very special story.
That's
That's
nice.
special.
That's nice.
So,
Okay, guys. Yes. Yes. Ola Stenegard. If you want to know more about his career, all the work he made and everything, all the bikes he designed during these 24 years, and he has a expo of his work and design, the sketch and everything in Sweden. Where's the town? What's called the town?
it's a motorcycle museum. It's called MC Collection, and right now they for one more year in 2026. The exhibition has run for 2 years, and it
Ah.
will run for a third.
Okay.
And it's a fantastic guy that runs the museum, who had a crazy idea to make an exhibition
Yeah.
about my bikes.
But right, you,
I'm-
you have to do something well, because not a lot of designs or designers, they have
Yeah.
a expo of his work, so
No, it's
have to be
it blew
proud.
my mind.
yeah.
And everything from my first moped I built when I was 14 years old to the latest Scout 101. Uh, Basically 50 years of my motorcycles he managed to collect in one
Okay.
place. And it's a very humbling thing when
Of
you walk
course,
in
yeah.
and see this. It's crazy. For
Well,
one more year.
thanks for all, man.
Thank
for your
you
su-
so
thank
much
for your
for
support.
inviting me
No.
and having me here. It's
Okay.
always a pleasure.
Okay, it's a pleasure for us. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye bye, guys.